Listen, this video is for one type of guy. The guy who wants a girlfriend, who wants women to notice him, but his wallet is empty and his confidence is even more empty. This is for the guy who sits at home, scrolling, watching videos like this, but not changing anything in real life. If you keep doing that, nothing will change. No girl is gonna randomly fall in love with you because you watched 1,000 videos in your room. At some point, you have to get up and actually do something. I know what it feels like when you want all the things other guys have. I remember being in school, seeing other guys getting attention because they had the best clothes, the newest phone, the car, the whole lifestyle. I wanted that so badly. I even asked my dad once for something super expensive, something I knew he couldn't afford. He didn't give it to me, obviously. Instead, reality slapped me hard. That day I understood. Nobody is coming to save me, and girls are definitely not going to line up for me just because I exist. For a long time, I kept blaming everything. I blamed my family, my face, my height, my luck, even God. I kept telling myself, nothing good ever happens for me. Of course girls won't like me. I don't have money, I don't have looks, I don't have anything. But deep down, I still had this hunger, not just lust. I'm talking about that intense desire to feel wanted, to feel chosen, to feel like I matter. Every guy feels that. You're not alone in that. So one day I told myself, okay, I don't have money, I don't have fancy things, so I will build the things money can't buy. Because one thing is true, most girls are attracted to guys who look successful, confident, and stable. And yes, a lot of women love rich guys. That's just reality. Money is attractive because it signals safety, status, security. But here's the twist. Not every rich guy has game. Not every rich guy has personality. Not every rich guy has presence. And that is where you can win. I decided that if I can't win with money, I will win with presence. I will win with my body, my energy, my mind, my behavior. So I started going to the gym like my life depended on it. No fancy membership, no perfect diet, just consistency. I focused on building a body that made me feel powerful when I looked in the mirror. Because when a confident guy and a rich guy stand next to each other, the one with presence often feels more attractive in the room. If you walk into a room with strong posture, clear eyes, and calm energy, people notice. You don't need a luxury car for that. Then I started experimenting with my hair and style. Not to impress anyone, but to figure out what makes me feel like my best self. Sometimes it looked bad, sometimes good, but every experiment increased my confidence. Today, if you give me any hairstyle, I'll still carry it with confidence because I'm not relying on the hair to make me attractive. I am the one making the hairstyle look good. That's where I want you to reach. Next, I worked on my clothes. At first, I believed that if I wore only expensive brands, then I would magically feel confident. I used to force myself to buy overpriced t-shirts, thinking the logo would give me personality. It didn't. Now I've reached a place where I can wear simple, clean clothes, and I still feel like a 10 out of 10 in my own eyes. It's not about the brand. It's about how you carry yourself in whatever you wear. Clean, fitted, basic clothes plus good posture beats loud designer logos with insecure energy. But the real game changer was this. Communication, how you talk, how you listen, how you build a conversation. This is where most guys fail badly. You think, I'm not that good looking, I'm not rich, what else do I have? You have your mind, you have your words. If you know how to talk in a relaxed, playful, curious way, you can stand out more than the guy with the best car. Think of conversation like cooking on a hot pan. If the heat is too high, the food burns. If the heat is too low, the food never cooks. Same with talking to a woman. If you are too cheesy, too intense, always flirting aggressively, you burn the vibe, and she feels uncomfortable. If you are too dry, too cold, giving one-word answers, nothing happens, and she loses interest. You have to learn that middle point, that right temperature, where the conversation feels easy, fun, and natural. That balance only comes from experience, not from overthinking. Most guys think flirting means nonstop compliments. You're so beautiful. You're so pretty. I like you so much. You're my dream girl. They think this will melt her heart. It doesn't. It makes you look desperate. Many of you do this. You start talking to a girl, and within a few days, you are already deep into feelings talk. I like you. What will our future be like? What kind of guys do you like? I think we're meant to be. You think you are being romantic, but you are actually making her feel pressure. You don't need to tell a girl, I like you, for her to feel that you like her. Girls are not dumb. They can feel your interest from your energy, your attention, your behavior. You revealing your feelings too soon doesn't make you honest. It makes you predictable and easy. The goal is not to hide your feelings forever, but to not dump your entire emotional world on someone you barely know. Let attraction grow slowly through fun, playful, and curious conversations. So how do you actually talk? Start by being genuinely curious about her life without turning it into an interrogation. For example, she says, I went on a trip last month. Don't just say nice. Ask, where did you go? She says, the place. You can respond, oh, I've heard that city is amazing. What did you like the most about it? Then, who did you go with? Then, would you go again? Or do you prefer some other place? You're just keeping the conversation alive with simple questions, reacting to her answers, and sharing a bit of yourself as well. The problem is a lot of guys don't know how to keep it playful. They either get too serious and emotional too quickly, or they turn everything into flirting and cheap lines. Both extremes kill the vibe. You should flirt, but at the right moments, like a spice in food, not like dumping an entire bottle of salt. This timing comes only from real practice with real people, not from memorizing lines. Now let's talk about the biggest mistake, obsession with one girl. Your problem is not girls. Your problem is that you pick one girl, put her on a throne in your mind, and then destroy yourself emotionally over her. Maybe she was in your college. Maybe you saw her once on a train. Maybe she came to your class for 1 week and left. She barely remembers you, but you turned her into your whole love story. She doesn't reply, she ignores you, she blocked you months ago, and still you are crying over her and asking for tricks to make her come back. This is not love. This is addiction. You are not in love with her. You are in love with the fantasy version of her you created in your head. And as long as you stay stuck on one girl who clearly doesn't care about you, your entire game is dead. You are out of the market while other guys are learning, improving, meeting new people, and getting better. If I like a girl and I feel she is not interested, I simply move on. Yes, it hurts for a few days, maybe a couple of weeks, but that's it. There are millions of women in the world. You will find another one you like. You live in a time where everyone has options. Social media, dating apps, constant attention. This is not some old movie where one guy and one girl meet on a farm and stay together forever just because destiny said so. That kind of love story still happens, but it is rare, and it is not built by chasing and begging. You need to know how to stay in the game. And staying in the game means not emotionally dying over one person who clearly doesn't choose you. Now, am I telling you to be a playboy who lies and breaks hearts on purpose? No, but I am telling you this. Don't be the guy who gives his entire heart to the first girl who smiles at him. Talk to different girls, make friends, understand how they think, how they feel, how they respond. You learn a lot about women by being around them, not by watching them from a distance like a fan. The more social experience you have, the less desperate you become about any one person. Some of you message people like me saying, bro, please give me one trick to make this specific girl like me, even when she has ignored you for months. I could tell you a bunch of psychological games, but I won't. Because even if I help you make her chase you for a bit, it won't last. You haven't changed yourself. You're still the same insecure guy inside. And sooner or later, it will show. That's why I'm telling you, if she's not into you, let it go. Focus on the next chapter. What do you actually work on if you don't have money or status yet? You work on your physique, your communication skills, your behavior, your body language, your confidence, and your leadership qualities. When you build these things, you start giving off a different energy, an alpha or sigma vibe. You become the kind of man people trust, follow, and respect. And when you reach that level, a lot of women will naturally feel drawn to you, even if you are not rich yet. They will believe in your potential because you clearly believe in yourself. Understand this clearly. I don't want you to sit and dream. I want you to build. My real goal is to push you to improve your mindset, your communication, your body language, your presence. Women are just the result of that growth. Don't sit at home dreaming, in 6 months, I will get that one girl and then I'll be happy. Start acting like a man who has value right now and is committed to growing that value every day. Make your online presence strong too, but don't depend on it. Your Instagram profile should be like a trailer of your life, not a graveyard of random selfies. Have a clean profile picture that shows your best face. Post a few different types of photos. One where you look sharp, maybe in a blazer or a clean outfit. One where you're doing something adventurous or active. One with a pet or a child that shows your soft side. Maybe one with a female friend in a normal, respectful way, so it signals that you're social. You don't need hundreds of photos. Just a few strong ones are enough. At the same time, stop trying to hunt girls online all day. Cold messaging 100 girls on Instagram or dating apps, begging for attention, is not a strategy. Real progress comes from real-life interactions. Go to the gym, join a dance class, attend events, go to cafes, walk around places where people your age hang out. Go out alone sometimes and push yourself to say hello, to start small conversations, to get comfortable with social tension. You don't have to do anything creepy or illegal. Just be present in the real world. When you see a group of girls at a public place and you feel that fear in your chest, that's your training ground. You don't need a perfect line. Just a simple, confident, "Hey, can I ask you something?" or a playful comment about the environment is enough to start. You will fail. You will get rejected. You will get ignored. But every time, your brain learns. Your fear reduces. Your social skills improve. The most important thing I want to leave you with is this: have faith in yourself. Not fake confidence, not shouting, "I'm the best in the mirror" while doing nothing. Real faith. The kind of faith that says, I may not be there yet, but I know I'm building myself into a man I'm proud of. When you have that, rejection won't break you, slow progress won't break you, and one girl's opinion definitely won't break you. So stop waiting for life to magically change in 6 months. Stop imagining some future where that one girl suddenly sees your value. Start becoming the man who doesn't need her to feel valuable. Improve your body. Improve your style. Improve your conversation. Improve your social courage. Step out of your room. Go live. The right girls will come as a side effect. I hope this video helped you. I will meet you soon with another video.